We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. It's the home opener of this new season between the Texas Rangers and the Baltimore Orioles. Shin-Soo Choo is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Harold, one of your former uniforms, the Orioles, as they begin play here tonight. They'll look to make it 3 straight here as they come in on the heels of 2 straight wins.
Well, Matt, I really like their pitching staff, but I think the key to this game is clearly falls on their shoulders. They throw off-speed pitches for strikes, and they mix the pitch as well. I think if they do that, they got a chance to win.
Elvis Andrus is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. Temperature was in the 70s earlier today, but 59 at game time tonight. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. Chopped weakly to the left. He's got to hurry. On to Davis at first, and there are 2 away. Here's Rougned Odor now. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Now a ball hit pretty well to the left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Pitch on the way. Out of play off to the right. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a little blooper to center. VR ranging forward. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. Coming to the plate now, Jonathan VR. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Jonathan VR.
And he lays off there 1-0. And Harold, you take a look at these Rangers entering play here tonight. They come in looking to make it 2 in a row. They were winners last time out.
Well, Matt, we're watching a team that won the last game, put them at 500. Now, they're not where they want to be, and they're still several games back in the division. But you just keep pushing one day at a time, and you never know if you might be able to gain some ground.
And Andrus will not be able to get there. It's a base hit. So here in the first inning, the leadoff man's aboard to kick things off. Here's Jonathan Scope now. The average on the season sits right at 290 to begin the day. Runners on the move for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. The tag, and he is out at second. 1 out, nobody on. And this is bounced foul at the plate, and that moves the count to 0-2 now. Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball 1. He's set, and the 1-2 pitch. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
Batting third.
Striding into the box, Michael Conforto. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. Swinging a hard liner to center field. Gomez will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. In now the power-hitting outfielder, Nomar Mazara. He's got that average up over the 290 mark to begin play.
Mazara.
A changeup that just nips the outside of the zone.
Pretty lucky to get away with that one. There's not a situation ever where you want to throw a high changeup, so I think he'll try to make an adjustment with the next one he throws.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Chopped down the first baseline, but it's a foul ball, says the first base umpire. The next 0-2. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Here's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. High in the air out to center field. There to take it is BR, and that's the first out. So striding forward now, Adrian Beltre. The season batting average comes in down in the 240s. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Tough slider that just catches the corner for a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Now a half swing here on the pitch inside, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the home plate umpire. Strike two.
Every time you go out there to start a game on the mound, you hope to settle in quickly and get into a groove, and he's definitely done that so far in the early going. Looks like he could go pretty deep into this one.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Trumbo has a read on it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are two away.
Batting six.
Digging in, Jonathan Lucroy. He's hitting in the 270s on the season coming into this one. Line hard, but foul. Changeup gets him out in front for strike two.
Well, now's when he gets nasty. He's 0-2, and you know he's got 5 pitches in his arsenal to put him away. It's almost impossible for the hitter to sit on anything.
Heading out towards shallow right. Trumbo has a read on it, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Now to the plate, Manny Machado. The average for him entering play sits down in the 250s. First pitch on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Well, Matt, as advertised, he's broke out with a good fastball. He likes to pitch out the fastball, but this was in the mid-90s. We'll see him be aggressive most of this game with that fastball. Well, he's got him thinking right now. There's a fastball, then he comes back at the curveball and gets him out in front. I think when you get him out in front like that, you come back and throw another curveball right here.
0-2 pitch, not even close to the zone, and a fastball might be an indication that he's going to start using some of his secondary pitches.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. So coming to the plate, Chris Davis. And a quick glance at the numbers will tell you it's been a huge struggle for him at the plate this year. Now a check swing on the pitch inside, but he definitely broke the plane, and that's the first strike. Now here's the pitch. And that misses 1-1. And a step off. The 1-1 pitch. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
Well, that's not a good pitch for him to hit. Look, this fella's got so much power, but you got to bring the pitch into the zone. Chasing that one there, right there, I'd go back and throw it to him again.
Wow, kind of an interesting pitch call there. The batter flailed at the pitch away on the previous one, so you'd think you'd go right back there, but instead they decided to come in, make him prove he can adjust before you do.
Got him to chase out of the zone that time. Chris Davis goes down for the second out in the bottom half. Mark Trumbo is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0. Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0. Darvish delivers the 2-0. 3-0 now.
Falling behind 3-0 to the wrong guy right here. You don't want to mess around with him. You know he's going to have the green light. If you throw one inside, he still might turn and burn.
On the move is Chu. And the inning is over. Now batting, Hamilton, 7, 8, 9, bottom of the order set to go here in the third.
Baseman, number 32.
First pitch of the at-bat. In the air now, out to left. Conforto is there. One pitch, one out. And here's the second generation big leaguer, Delino DeShields. He comes into play with a batting average in the respectable 270s. Hardy at short. He's got it. Throw gets him. 2 down. Here's Carlos Gomez. The average for him entering play, not far north of 200.
Gomez.
Here comes the first pitch. There's a fastball to start him off, but that misses for ball 1. Now the pitch. Fastball, and that thing's a blur up there, folks. 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
He threw that ball right by him. When you got a guy throwing that hard, you got to really just think about using your hands and just spread out and let.
Bullet to second base. A fine play, and that ends the inning. In now is Pedro Alvarez. He'll begin things here against Yu Darvish.
Designated hitter, Pedro Alvarez.
And this is fouled straight back. 0-1 count. Here it comes. A swing and a miss at the good old Uncle Charlie. Here's Darvish on 0-2. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Gomez ranging back. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. Here's the catcher, Wellington Castillo, and he is proving to be something of a non-threat with the bat in his hands this year. The average isn't pretty. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. 0-1 count, and the pitch. Swings through it for strike number 2. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously an important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and in steps the shortstop, J.J. Hardy. And that misses low and away, ball 1. Hardy waiting on the 1-0. Chop foul right by home plate, and it's a ball and a strike.
Well, he got a piece of that breaking ball right there. That's the second one he's seen in a row now, and he fouled that one off. Let's see if he comes back with a third one. 3 in a row.
2-2 now with 2 away and the base is empty. Darvish pauses. 2-2 pitch on its way. On the ground up the middle. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Ready for another chance? Shin-Soo Choo. He'll step in to start things out here against Kevin Gossman.
Shin-Soo Choo.
Into the windup and the pitch. And a ball, 1-0. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue or does somebody score here?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
And the Rangers are in the hit column. Here's Elvis Andrus now. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Andrus.
Here comes the first pitch. Hit hard to third. And that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit. But he gets back in time, safe at second base. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Rougned Odor. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Odor.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Oh, missed that one by a mile. It's 0-1.
I'll tell you, if I'm on the hill, I'm throwing that changeup again. Didn't look like he picked it up very well out of his hand.
And he chased up and out of the zone, a swing and a miss. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out. Digging in for his second at-bat, Nomar Mazara. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0.
This is the guy they're going to have to be careful with. He can put 3 runs on the board in a hurry. So expect them to try to get him to chase something out of the zone if they can.
Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Conforto has it in his tracks. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and head for third. And he will make it back to second and be content with holding on there. Here's the third baseman, Adrian Beltre. 2 men on, 2 away here in the fourth. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Line toward right center. That gets down, and the inning will continue. Chu rounds third and is digging for the plate. The runner scores from second. The relay. Well, he thought about going for third, and now that runner's in no man's land out there. Digging in to try it again. Jonathan Villar. He reached on a single in his first try.
Center fielder, number 7.
First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
Well, that's a high pitch he's swinging at right there. Even if he makes contact on that, Matt, I think it's a pop-up. He's probably not going to drive that ball. That ball's so high out of the zone.
And Andrus will take this one in with 2 hands for the first out.
Baseman, number 6.
Striding in once again, Jonathan Schoop. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. The knee buckler, and he swings and misses at it.
He's having a really good game. He's over 70% first pitch strike. When you get that first pitch strike, now it opens up the whole strike zone, and that's why a pitcher can dominate, and he's doing that in this game.
A ball hit to Andrus at short. Throw on to first, 2 gone. So striding in, Michael Conforto. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. Hit in the air out to left. DeShields is there. And that retires the side. In is the catcher, Jonathan Lucroy. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Jonathan Lucroy.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a slider on the inside for strike 1. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball. Well, I think his eyes lit up when he saw that pitch coming up at his eye level.
Yeah, good luck. But hey, a high fastball all of a sudden becomes really dangerous for a pitcher if it's not spotted above the zone. A little height difference makes all the difference.
Hardy at short. And he got him at first on a ball that was already into left field. That's a heck of a play to get the first out. In now, Hamilton. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. A changeup floats outside here for ball 1. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. Hit hard on the ground to second, and that'll find its way into center field for a 1-out hit. And here's the second generation big leaguer Delino DeShields. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. Started that swing a bit too early.
Well, as advertised, Matt, that splitter has been spot on. I mean, that is the game separator right there. He's able to use that split, looks like a fastball, and he's using it effectively.
He's running towards second, and he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. And he'll take it to the bag for the out, and there's your unassisted double play. Coming to the plate now, Manny Machado. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5.
Manny Machado.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball. swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
We are watching a great pitcher just carving up this lineup right now. Now he's got this guy 0-2. When you get a 0-2 against a guy like this, well, the results are not going to be very positive.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Hit on the ground out to short. Andrus has it. Throw on to first in time, one away. Striding in, Chris Davis, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. First offering on its way. Now a swing and a fly ball. Chu is over, and he puts it away in foul ground for the second out.
Now batting.
Stepping into the box, Mark Trumbo. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike one. 0-1, here it comes. Looks like he swung it underwater that time for strike two.
2 outs, 2 strikes, and we're in the 5th inning.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Here's Carlos Gomez. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Center fielder, Carlos Gomez.
Into the windup and the pitch. Ball 1. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working.
I like what I'm seeing right now. In, and then goes away. If you pound him in early, it opens up the outside half of the plate, and that's what he's doing right now.
Digging in and looking for more, Shin-Soo Choo. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. From the stretch. And the first pitch is chopped foul at the plate at strike one. And now he'll step off quickly and look the runner back. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. Now Chu swings and lifts a high fly ball out to deep right field. Into the flag court and gone. Here's Elvis Andrus now. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Oh, right back to him on the mound. And he'll flip on to first to record the out. Here's Rougned Odor now. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit sharply on the ground. Scope is there. Throw in time at first for out number 2. In now the power hitting outfielder Nomar Mazara. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Checks his swing, but this pitch is right there for strike one.
You know, he's really struggling, and tell you what, he's just getting hit around, but it hasn't been the first pitch strike. He's getting ahead of guys. He just can't put them away. 70% of the time, get this, 70% of the time, he's throwing first pitch strike. The stuff just hasn't been there.
Dribbled up the line, but that one rolls foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Trumbo has a read on it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. In now is Pedro Alvarez. He'll have the opportunity to kick things off as we begin the home 6th.
Hitter, Pedro Alvarez.
And that swung on and missed for strike one.
One thing you try to do as a hitter is figure out what pattern the pitcher is pitching. I can't cover the whole plate. He's done a masterful job of pounding them on the outside half for strikes, and they haven't figured it out yet.
Off the plate at 94, 1-2. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2.
Right there is a temptation pitch. Power hitters like this are looking for pitches that they can drive. So that may have been one where he was trying to get him to chase up above the zone a little bit.
Well, they haven't had a lot of offense in this game. Right now, though, you got 3 balls here. Maybe this will be the leadoff walk that gets things going for him.
So he got him swinging. Pedro Alvarez is retired leading off the bottom of the 6th. Wellington Castillo comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
You know, I doubt he wanted to get that tight with the fastball there, but hey, this is a guy you certainly don't want to let him get his arms extended. He's the kind of guy that can hurt.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Late that time for a strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Hit hard to short. From deep in the hole. And this is played nicely on the bounce over there at first. So great plays on both ends as they team up to record the second out. Here's the shortstop now, J.J. Hardy. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Swinging a soft liner. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Here's the third baseman, Adrian Beltre. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far.
Adrian Beltre.
First pitch on its way. Scorched to third. And he whips on it as this ball's right under his glove. And now this is bobbled in left. Ready for another chance? Jonathan Lucroy. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Looks like a lefty. And a right-hander throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. Jurickson Profar will be summoned now to be the pinch runner. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
I'm sure he's frustrated by that call. Probably could have been a strike, but at the same time, earning strikes from the umpire is a real thing. If you've been all over the place like he has, you're just not going to get much help from the umpire.
Number 32.
Digging in to try it again. Hamilton, a hit in 2 tries so far. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1.
Matt, he's throwing a lot of strikes. Very impressive, right? We just saw a swing and miss. But he may be even more effective if every now and then he throws a ball that's out of the zone, because they know it.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side.
It's time for the traditional.
Striding in once again, Jonathan Villar. He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7.
Jonathan Villar.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Tries to catch him napping, but he missed the bunt attempt. Strike 1.
Oh, right there, Matt. He had the perfect pitch. A fastball away, and he's trying to drop the drag bunt down that direction. He just didn't get it down.
The 0-1 pitch. Big tilt on the slider, gets a swing and a miss.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this will land foul. Here's another 1-2. That's lifted the other way out to left. DeShields is there. 1 down. Here's Jonathan Schoop now. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. First pitch of the at-bat. And a whiff at a good slider that time.
We talk about that first pitch and how important it is. Well, we're watching a guy right now that's throwing 80% to the hitters right now, the first pitch for a strike. When you do that, you're going to pitch deep in the games like we're seeing right now.
Ready once again, Michael Conforto. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Here comes the first pitch. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Chu has a read on it. And that's the 3rd out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Delino DeShields. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight.
Number 3, Delino DeShields.
Into the windup and the pitch. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. The windup and the 0-1. Right on the corner, a fastball that he takes for a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a fastball just a bit high.
High fastball right there with a 2-strike count. You know what that might be doing? Setting up the next pitch. Could be that hard slider down and away. Something breaking down and away off the plate.
Pulls this one in the air out to left. Moving under it, Conforto. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Ready for another shot now, Carlos Gomez. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Just a tick behind for a strike. Swing and a miss, 2-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Another 2-2 offering. Swing and a little tapper, but it gets fouled. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Hit in the air to straightaway center. VR moves over, and he makes the catch for the second out. Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. Into the windup and the pitch. Boy, not even close with that one, and he's behind 0-1.
For the most part, he's looked really locked in at the plate in this game. Not so much on that swing, though.
Line toward the gap in left center, but he'll flag this one down toward the alley. Nearly trouble, but instead. Here's Manny Machado now. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game.
Third baseman, Manny Machado.
First delivery to him on the way. First pitch of the inning misses here to the cleanup man. It's 1-0.
You know, he's one of their guys they rely on to get their offense going. They need a rally, so we'll see if he can spark one here.
Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other, 1 away.
First baseman number 19.
Here's Chris Davis now. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. He's set, and the pitch. Now a swing and a hard hit grounder. This is foul for the first strike. And this is high, a ball and a strike.
He's obviously been very impressive on the mound in this one. And I think the big reason why is his ability to stay out of the middle of the zone. That's kind of obvious, but it's clear to me that even when he misses his spots, he's not missing over the plate.
Again, he sends it out of play. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Trying to send him packing for the second time. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight.
Up next for the Orioles.
Here's Mark Trumbo now. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Darvish pauses. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss on a nice biting slider. The 0-1 delivery. And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball.
I like that they went away with that pitch right there. They really tried to tie him up on that previous pitch, so he was probably what we call inside conscious. He didn't get a strike there, but I'm guessing he was looking for another ball in.
And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Stepping into the box, Elvis Andrus. He'll be charged with trying to get on board leading off the 9th. Brad Brock enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Swing and a liner. But there to make the play is the shortstop Hardy. Quick hands, one gone. Here's Odor now. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. First pitch coming. Here it is. This is driven to right, and no doubt about it, that one's way out of here. And wow, that got out onto Utah Street. Digging in once again, Nomar Mazara. He flew out in his last at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Good slider there, and he gets ahead of him 0-1. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Now this one is blasted to left field, and there's no doubt about it. Back-to-back jacks. Here's Joey Gallo now.
Third baseman number 13, Joey Gallo.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. A swing and a miss at a ball down.
That just can't happen. I mean, first pitch, if you know what you're going to swing at, you got to have a good swing. You can't take a bad swing on the first pitch of an at-bat.
Ooh, and they'll try to work the inner half with the split finger, but that one nearly got him. And now a right-hander up and throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. Here it comes on 1-1. He swings and crushes it. Oh, my, there is no doubt about this one, and they've done it again. Back-to-back-to-back home runs. Now in the box, Jonathan Lucroy. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Vidal Nuno comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit.
Well, that's not what they were looking for when they brought him into the game. First pitch nearly hits the first batter he's facing. That's a little bit to be concerned if you're the manager.
I'll tell you, he just doesn't look comfortable in the box to me tonight. He's been off balance with his swings, and that one completely tied him up.
Ready on 1-2. Now this is swung on and hit down to Machado at third. In time to first, and there are 2 away. Stepping in, Hamilton. He was a ground-out victim last time up. First delivery to him on the way. A cold strike on the inside corner.
I like that he used the curveball to get ahead there. That's a tough pitch to hit in this lefty-lefty matchup. So if you can get it over the plate on the first pitch, it can be pretty effective.
Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes here.
Offered at that breaking ball below the zone, and that's a tough one to spit on. But the key is recognizing it coming out of the pitcher's hand earlier and making sure that it...
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. In now is Pedro Alvarez. He'll be the one to get us going here in the bottom of inning number 9.
For the Orioles, designated hitter Pedro Alvarez.
And a check swing here. They'll point down to the third base umpire, but no swing on that one. It's ball 1. The set and the 1-0 pitch. Hit hard up the middle. Andrus fields it cleanly. And a good throw gets him 1 gone. Here's the catcher, Wellington Castillo. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First pitch on its way. Hit sharply on the ground. There is Andrus. On to first, and they're an out away. 2 gone here in the 9th.
The shortstop, number 2.
Here's the shortstop now, J.J. Hardy. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. From the stretch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now.
2 outs here, and the focus needs to stay sharp. You don't want that lineup turning over in an inning if you can help it.
Throw will be in time to get him at first base, and the Rangers get a complete game shutout from their starter.